Howdy ho, YouTube. Jon-Luke VGC here. Today, I will be playing with a team by my buddy Charizard from Discord, whom I met in the Pokesports Discord. And he made this really cool Overqwil, Registeel, Salamence, whichever one does more today. That's the team. But anyways, it has some cool Pokemon in it. So let's take a really quick look at it. Kyogre, super common set. Mystic Water, Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Protect. Hang on, I had the thing pulled up and then I wanted to do calcs. Yeah, let's see, max HP, a lot of special attack, enough speed to outspeed things under Tailwind, so that's really cool. For Giraffe, Hyper Voice, Trick Room, Imprison, Helping Hand, Safety Goggles, nice for a Giraffe. I do like Terrifier's nice. I think with the addition of Cali Ice into the meta right now, I maybe prefer Tera Water Foul Play, but hey, you know what? Not my team. So this is also a good set, and we have Registeel, so that's really kind of where our Cali Ice answer comes into play. So that's good. And Rillaboom, super common set. Fake Out, Grassy Glide, Woodhammer, U-Turn, Assault Vest, really bulky, nice chunk of attack. Love it. Rillaboom, the GOAT of all time. Love him. But we have three spicy boys. We have Overqwil, which is maybe a little less spicy since NAIC, but we have an interesting set. It is Gunk Shot, Crunch, nothing unusual. Tera Blast with Tera Ground and Protect. Tera Ground, Tera Blast makes a lot of sense. You're going to get the speed boost from Kyogre, what threatens Kyogre a lot. Miraidon, so you can Tera Ground, Tera Blast, and deal a buku amount of damage, outspeed it, even if they get a Tailwind up. You're probably actually not outspeeding it then, but get some really cool stuff if you can get another Tailwind up. So really interesting little set. I like that. Do keep in mind that Overqwil is very frail. So you're going to survive 2 hits max. That's just the way it is. But it does deal a great deal of damage if you can actually utilize it well. We have Registeel with Heavy Slam, Body Press, Iron Defense, Protect, Leftovers, Clear Body. Super common set before we entered the restricted meta. So that was really cool. And Salamence. So Chwar was actually trying to make Salamence work for a decent chunk of time. And the problem with Salamence is that it technically has a better attack set. It's a 135 attack compared to 110 special attack. But like Flying and Dragon are two types that kind of get Garbo physical moves. So you normally want to run it as a special attacker anyways, because then you get more powerful moves. So the difference is kind of made up in that. So you get Intimidate, which is nice. Choice Scarf with Hurricane, Air Slash, Draco Meteor, and Tailwind. And you're thinking, Choice Scarf, Tailwind, what's that about? I mean, that's not super uncommon. We saw, in early Regulation F, we saw like Specs Flutter Mains with Trick Room or Parasong. Just to, like, it's like, I don't really need this force slot. Let me give it some additional utility that I'm missing from the rest of the team. So I think that Tailwind edition is totally cool. It makes sense to me. I totally can understand, because then you can pivot out, which is maybe a little frustrating, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I think this team looks fun. It's we talked about it a little bit in the Discord. I saw it. I said, I want to go through with this. This looks like a good time. So I hope that I can showcase some of them. Are they all? No, some of them spicy folk in this match today, because that Salamence is a woman. So let's go ahead. Let's just hop into some battles. I won't get into it for super long, but let's have a good time. All right. Okay. Woo! Yes! We might get to use Tera Ground Overqwil! Perfect. So, this is Wimmy, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Raichu, Rillaboom, Miraidon, and Grimmsnarl. So, I think we hit the ground running here. We absolutely go with you two. We go for Giraffe to block a potential Fake Out turn 1. Registeel? Registeel or Salamence, I guess, is the question. They get Tailwind, I don't. A late game Tailwind into a swap might be good. Or do I want Rillaboom? I don't necessarily think I want Registeel here. But do I want Rillaboom for... They don't have a way to block priority. I think I actually want Rillaboom here. You can make an argument for Salamence, but I showed off Salamence in a different match, I believe, in this video, so I want to use the tried and true Rillaboom one of my favorites. If I can get... I'm interested to see how much damage this Tera Ground Tera Blast does to Miraidon. But also, really... no, I'll need to go into Farigiraf. Cool. Yeah, this is like a Tailwind and a Protect or something. I don't know. Or a Fake Out. But I always swap into Farigiraf. I Tera Ground. And I Tera Blast. Raichu. So, yeah, this is really aggressive, but this is like the fun strat, you know? So I want to see if I can actually get it off. Particularly, this gives away the surprise for a Miraidon in the back, but... it's okay. I have so much terrain control, and I have like priority blocking and a couple of other things. I'm not particularly interested. I don't need to... I can still get by with the surprise, I think, without having the surprise. So I'm particularly interested in seeing how much damage this can do. So there is the Fake Out, and there's the Armor Tail block. Tailwind, maybe? Yes. So normally these Raichus are Assault Vest, which is, if you watched my like cooking with spice video, that's what that was. But it could also be Tera Blast or Focus Sash. If it is Focus Sash, it's actually kind of cool. No, it's not. Okay. Because then I would... So the following turn, I'm going to Trick Room, and I'm going to swap into Rillaboom. Urshifu, that's fine. So I Trick Room here, and I swap into Rillaboom. Pretty safe play. They could, in theory, go for... what is this? 196 HP, 156 defense for Farigiraf, and 148 special defense. I would not anticipate... yeah, so there's the Whimsicott. Probably going into Miraidon. This is really good for me, dude. Fantastic. No Tera committed. That's fine, though. So, okay, now my question is... this is probably what? Scarfrilla? Sash? The Sash wasn't on the Raichu, which would make me think it's the Assault Vest. So... what do they go for? Surging Strikes here? Cool. Nice. I've watched some Pokemon players before, and a rule of thumb sometimes is to not give your opponent any respect until they've earned it. So an idea is to just go for what is the most optimal play that they're gonna make, and then go for that. So here's the deal: Miraidon isn't really threatening me with anything. I would presume that it's Specs. I'm happy to Hyper Voice just to get some damage. And Wood Hammer into Urshifu. Because I have... so if they swap... on a team comp like this... oh, sorry. I bought my mic. On a team comp like this, I would anticipate this to be Scarf Urshifu. No. So it is Sash, probably. Which is fine. I'm assuming they're going to Volt Switch off something here. But this just... like, first of all, they've just gotten rid of their Grass Resist. Which... cool. That's nice for me. But they don't have the Hadron Engine boost. Yeah, so who do they Volt Switch off? My guess would be Rilla. How much does this even do? Not very much at all. Yeah, I've kind of got them pinned a little bit here. It is my thing. So I am happy to... I'm Assault Vest Rilla with a decent amount of HP. And now that they've used up Tera, there's nothing we can really do. So I am actually happy to Hyper Voice and Grassy Glide. The reason I want to do that is I don't want to take any unnecessary damage from like Wood Hammer recoil. I am anticipating maybe they're gonna go for a Moonblast with Whimsicott. I could have gone for a U-turn, but this is just gonna keep getting me, and I still have Trick Room turns, so this is just gonna keep getting me damage on Miraidon. Yeah. So even if they... And they Moonblast the incorrect target. That's my thing. The opposing team's Tailwind Peter. That's fine. I'm still slower. So, I mean, I just Hyper Voice. And I would Hammer, right? This has got to be Specs. This is going to get rid of Urshifu. Oh, that crit mattered, probably. Because now I get this free Wood Hammer on Ursh. That's a fair play by them. They were probably predicting me to swap out the Rilla. Does he survive this? That's kind of important. I do want to survive this. Yes, cool. I mean, that's fair. It's like, okay, he's definitely going to swap out of the Rilla or U-turn out, Urshifu survives, and all of a sudden I get a lot of play. But my thought right there is like, there's... So either they stay in Miraidon, which is most likely Specs, and I KO the Miraidon, or they... I'm actually going to Trick Room and swap into Overqwil. If they Draco Meteor... Yeah, battle was canceled, GG. So, okay, so... That was... I did take a... I should have let Rillaboom go, personally, but they were kind of in the straits. But I could have... If I swapped into Overqwil, they have to lock into either an Electric move, which Overqwil's immune to, or a Dragon move, which will continually drop their special attack by 2 stages each time, and I'll regain terrain control because now I'm going to get to bring Rillaboom back in. So you have to like go for Draco Meteor into the Rillaboom slot. That would definitely KO Overqwil. I love the Pokemon. It seems like a really cool Pokemon, but it's not very bulky. Especially this one is max attack, max speed. Yeah, so not very bulky at all. But and then I could bring Rillaboom back out. I get a fake out turn. They can't stop that. I can get a free switch into Kyogre. I can just go for a Water Spout. I win. So I do think that game was pretty locked up. Very interesting, but GG's to my opponent. Yeah, that was fun. Hello. I am facing Squids. That has Iron Leaves, Incineroar, Palmot, Miraidon, Whimsicott, and Landorus. So this is another opportunity to use Tera Ground Terra Blast, which I think is really cool. Oh gosh. I think I want to bring you and you. This is a really good core for this. Yeah. So I'm dark. So Iron Leaves gets kind of hard-walled by my Overqwil. I can block priority. The Palmot's kind of my thing. I would anticipate that has Focus Sash. That or the Whimsicott. This also gives me the opportunity to Trick Room. I don't know, this will be an interesting move. I will get intimidated if they go out into Incineroar, which is not my favorite. But that also gives me the opportunity to Terra Grass. But my qualm is with Iron Leaves. If I Terra Ground, all of a sudden now I'm weak to Iron Leaves instead of being immune to one of its stabs and resisting the other one. So I'll probably need to get rid of Iron Leaves first, which is something I can do with like Farigiraf. I might need to hit a Gunk Shot. Maybe what happens. So let's see. Who do they... This will be determined by the lead. They go Whim and Landorus. Cool. That's fine. I am Terra Poison. Okay, this is a risky play. Oh, but I really do need to save Terra for... I think I want to protect. Swap into Rillaboom. My reason for this is pretty simple. I'm afraid of a Protect and a Tailwind. And I can... There's the... Was that me or was that them? Sandseer Storm. Interesting. Was that me or was that them? It still says I have internet. Oh, it was them! Woo! We take the dubs where we can get them. All right, GG's to my opponent. That was actually kind of a odd turn for me. I should have Tera Grassed. So we can take this as a learner. So let's just analyze that first turn. A Tera Grass, Water Spout, plus a Protect would have gone kind of crazy. So I'm a bit interested in why they made that play. But, so that would be... I don't know. Anyways, GG's to my opponent. Okay, I have faced a lot of Kyogre teams today. We have Kyogre, Rillaboom, Tornadus, Urshifu, Metagross, and Indeedee. So in an instance like this, I want to lead something like Salamence and maybe Kyogre. Just depends on who they come out with. Well, they don't actually have any priority blocking here. So Salamence and Rillaboom. Who do they lead with, I guess, is the question. They do have priority blocking, I'm silly. So maybe I want Salamence... You, and you. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. So, if they lead Rillaboom, I should move back a little bit. Okay. If they lead Rillaboom, what do I want to do? Probably go for the Hurricane swap into Farigiraf. KO that. But I really need to set up Tailwind. So Tailwind's cool for a late game setup, but I guess in theory I could set up Trick Room if they set up Tailwind. But let's see. Yes, cool. Okay, so who do they have in the back? I guess my question is do I care about... Salamence resists this. So I'm kind of curious if I just protect. Let's try this out. I don't know how much damage this is going to do to Salamence, but I'm hoping not a lot. I mean, it resists it, and it should have a decent, like, special defense. Yeah, I knew that Tailwind was coming. Thunder. Okay. Interesting. Not what I was expecting. How much does this do? Not as much as I would like, but duckies? Those are kind of nice. Okay, so how much is Torn really hurting me here? Not really. But I don't really want to take a Thunder. So I probably actually will just go out into Farigiraf here. If it hits itself and Farigiraf doesn't take any damage... oh, Farigiraf the Giddy. That's kind of funny. I could actually Trick Room, which would be kind of cool. There's a Bleak Wind. How much does this do? More to Salamence than I would like. There's a speed drop on you. Okay, I would love if you hit yourself. Please hit yourself, Kyogre. Nope. And Farigiraf lives. That's cool. Life Orb. That's cool. I wonder if this KOs. Nope. So you'll actually go down to another Life Orb hit. So I'm going to Hurricane there and see if they let me get... I will not get this Trick Room off, but that's okay. I'll have my own in the back. Kyogre in the back. So I'll just Hyper Voice for the YOLO of it. Darn. Interesting. Salamence lives. Yep. Okay. So now I have Overqwil. We're about even here. They have one turn of Tailwind left. So I kind of want to Hurricane you. Crunch you. There's that. Jeez, Overqwil cannot handle this damage, dude. Overqwil takes so much from everything. Do you miss? That was lucky. That was really lucky on my part. Okay. Because now their Tailwind expires. Does Rain end? I think Team's Tailwind petered out. No, Rain does not end. Who do they send out? Indeedee. I am max speed. No, I am not very fast. That's okay. Because now I just Tera Grass. Tera Grass Water Spout. Expecting the Thunder. And crunch the Indeedee. Do I protect? Yes, actually. Here's what I do. So that way I can save Overqwil for an additional turn after the Kyogre's out. So let's see. Cool. So there's my protect. There's the follow me. That's predictable. Do they go for the Thunder? Okay. Please don't paralyze. Cool. Oh, come on! Really? Okay, do I get paralyzed? Thank you. So this is a single target water spout in the rain. Cool. So who's left? I doubt it's Rillaboom. Probably Metagross? Yeah. I'm happy to Water Spout again. And Crunch. No, you cannot Psychic Fangs me. I mean, Bullet Punch. You can't Bullet Punch because of the terrain. And I know you're not Rocky Helmet. So that's good. So what do they go for? And I survive. I'm probably faster, right? Psychic Fangs. Okay, this still does damage, though. Yeah, that paralysis really got me. I protect to survive an extra turn. They didn't Tera, did they? No. So what's your Tera? Let's see. No Tera. This is just KO. Almost. Cool. That's GG's. I wonder why no Tera. Interesting, but okay. Yeah, they can't bullet punch me. So that was closer than I would like it to be. This is a perfectly good team. I think it's such a good team. Salamence, I mean, I wish dealt a little bit more damage. There's a reason we don't use it. Only a 1 out of 10 special attack is not great. But I personally am seeming to have a bit of trouble piloting it. I always want to go... My main problem with it is that I want to go for the Tailwind option when maybe I need to really be considering that Trick Room option a little bit more and just letting them get their Tailwind off because I can't Tailwind and then move. I'd have to repivot Salamence out, and I want to use it to deal some quick damage. So... a couple practice games didn't go my way, but I don't think it was the team at all. It was definitely me, like my playing of the team. And there was a couple of plays that would have won me, and I just didn't see them. I thought too much. Don't click your buttons too fast. You have a minute and a half each time. Take your time and really think about your moves. But that was a cool win. Got to showcase the Overqwil a little bit. Let's do another one. Let's see how this team keeps going. Okay. Okay, Kali Ice. I was like, did my opponent not get the memo that we have a restricted mon? So we have Indeedee, Urshifu, Iron Leaves. Oh gosh, yeah. Kali Ice, you, and you. Okay, so this is definitely a Kyogre Salamence lead for the Tailwind. No Amoonguss. If they get the Trick Room up, that's fine. Do I just go Registeel here? Kinda. Do I want Overqwil? That's my question. Do I want... like, what would I have Overqwil for, I guess is my question. Fairy-type moves are a little too prevalent here. It could be Psy Spam, but I think I want you to. Let's do this. This is an interesting matchup. The Iron Leaves is kind of what gets me here. I'm curious about how fast maybe the Iron Leaves is. It's probably... see, that's maybe the hard thing about this. It's like, okay, so if I tear grass, then all of a sudden I'm weak to the Kali Ice. But if I don't, I'm weak to Iron Leaves. Yeah, there it is. Let me guess, this is probably Speed Booster. Because I kind of just want to go for... let me guess, Clear Amulet? Yes. Okay, are you Speed Booster? There's the Drizzle. Attack. Okay, cool. So, I mean, I absolutely just Water Spout. And I Hurricane, right? Yeah. What do they do? Cool. That's perfect. That's okay. That's totally okay. Darn! No, that's not okay. That's not what I wanted. If they go for the Glacial Lance, that's a little annoying, but I am a super slow Kyogre, so I actually wouldn't anticipate them to... how much does this do? More than I thought it was going to. Do they Trick Room? Do they Glacial Lance? They Trick Room. Okay. So what's... hang on. Base speed is 104. Do I want to double swap here? Not particularly. I think I just want to protect. And go into Registeel. Just let's like reposition a little bit. The following turn, I will swap into for Farigiraf. Yeah, there's the Glacial Lance, and then probably Iron Defense. How much does this do? Woo! Nothing! Leaf Blade, yep. That's kind of what I was expecting. Okay, so how much is this? 156 defense. Cool, but now they're going to... Sheesh, okay. I want to now swap into Farigiraf. That's what, Psychic... Protect? Maybe? Yeah, let's see what they go for here. I did get an Intimidate on the Iron Leaves, so that's something to consider. No, it's a special attacker, isn't it? Yeah, because it's... I can't remember. I don't see a lot of Iron Leaves. I'm trying to remember if attack or special attack is what came up. They have... This is actually a pretty intimidating combo for this team. Because it's like, okay, you can Leaf Blade, you can... I'm curious if they have high horsepower or close combat. Most are going to have high horsepower, which is kind of annoying, but then all of a sudden I'm weak to Iron Leaves, you know? Okay, that's nice. I'll take that. Oh, they have close combat. Nice, cool. So, I actually think I want to get kind of aggressive here. This has 4 speed. And I want to Hyper Voice. I want a Tera Water. And I want a Heavy Slam. Let's do this. That works really well in my favor. Not actually, though, because now I have to Tera. I still wanted to do that. But close combating here will weaken its defense, which I'm not going to be mad about. And I'm assuming that this is going to be slower than me under my Farigiraf. Definitely the Registeel is slower than Kali Ice. I think Chwar like specifically said that. So, but that means that it will be at -1 when it takes this Hyper Voice, which I'll really appreciate. How much does this do? Not that much, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so it's slower than me in Trick Room. And a nice little chunk there. Cool. And now I heal up. How many more turns of Trick Room are there? 1? They're going to double Trick Room here. I can feel it. So I want to Hyper Voice. And I want to Heavy Slam. Into the... No, I wanted to Body Press. Oh. Interesting. What you going for there? Glacial Lance. How much does this do? I was expecting a double Trick Room. That was an interesting choice. I think the double Trick Room would have been better. Personally. Because then they could restart their Trick Room. But I guess maybe they're worried that I'm slower. Twisted Redemption to normal. But now you don't have the attack boost from... But you maybe get a Side Blades boost, so... What do I want to do here? Hyper Voice again... Protect. I think that's what I want to do. I was thinking about switching into Salamence, but then if they go for the Glacial Lance, that's really bad. So I'm going to KO the Kali here with Hyper Voice. Yeah. So that was kind of my thing. I'm like, oh, if they go for this Glacial Lance and like... Okay, so let's say they like go for an attack into Farigiraf, KO it. Go for the Glacial Lance and KO Salamence. Now all of a sudden I'm on a super back foot. So this is definitely the safest play, I think. Because even if they KO Farigiraf, worst case scenario, they KO Farigiraf, right? And then they, with the Iron Leaves, and then they Trick Room again. Okay, so... I actually want to Imprison here. just to stop them from going for a Trick Room. And all of a sudden, Registeel's kind of outstayed its welcome. How much does this do? It doesn't even KO. That's cool. That's cool. So here's a... Just to stop this. If it hadn't survived, it's not that big a deal. I have Kyogre in the back. Wow, Hatterene survives. And can't use the Trick Room. That's what I wanted. So now the rub is I don't want... Like, I don't necessarily need either of these monsters to survive this turn. I Hyper Voice. I Heavy Slam again. If both go down, that's fine. Then I get a free swap next turn. Leaf Blade? Cool. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Because you know what we do? We go into Salamence. I'm going to go into Salamence, Hurricane the Hatterene, and swap into Kyogre. So even if Kyogre goes down the following turn, because they used up their Tera, I'm afraid of them protecting with the Iron Leaves. I don't particularly want that, so I go into Kyogre to get 100% accurate Hurricanes. They can't KO. Bingo! That is exactly what I was worried about. So now I get this Hurricane off on the Hatterene. Cool. And I'm fairly certain that is GG's. So I go for a Hurricane again. And I what? Protect? No, maybe they'll survive. I go for an Ice Beam. Maybe I'll survive. Yeah, there it is. Let's see, how much does this do? It KOs, cool. GG's. So yeah. I have found that Salamence is not really picking up the KOs that you would like it to pick up. It is only 110 special defense. It actually has a 135 attack stat, but it's, I don't know, the special moves are better and stronger, so they tend to be the better choice for it. But yeah, so the reason I went for that last play is because I predicted that they were probably going to protect the Iron Leaves, and I couldn't let Hatterene get like a Dazzling Gleam off and deal just a buku amount of damage. So even if they had it attacked, so even if they hadn't protected with Iron Leaves, right, I still KO the Hatterene, and then let's say they go for the Leaf Blade into the Kyogre. I still outspeed the following turn, and they can't protect through all of my turns of rain. So then I just keep going until I get the Hurricane off, and I was like, most Iron Leaves are going to be like max attack, max speed, or something that can... Maybe on a team like this, I could see a comp of like max HP, max attack. But even though... I don't, like, sometimes Salamence, or a lot of the time Salamence is not picking up the KOs you want it to. I couldn't imagine a world where a Hurricane doesn't, at the very least, 2-hit KO this thing, let alone 1-hit KO it. So that was kind of my thinking on that. But that was another great match. I got to show off Registeel and Salamence a bit more. Registeel, fantastic into opposing Cali Ice, except when they have high horsepower and they have close combat. So being able to, maybe I could have gotten it off an Iron Defense, but I was afraid crits. So... that was kind of my thinking. Let's do another one. All right. That's the video. I hope y'all liked it and learned a little bit from it today. Yeah, I think Kyogre, obviously, very good at the meta. Rillaboom for a giraffe, great. Overqwil is really good, really fast. And Gunk, both dark and poison coverage is really good, I think, into the meta right now. I would be interested to maybe try also a Choice Band set. I don't know if Overqwil gets a pivot move, but I wonder if it gets like... Yeah, let's find out real quick. I won't make this too long. I know also that I'm less full on the microphone right now. Okay, wait. Overqwil. Okay, no, it doesn't get U-turn. No, okay, it doesn't get a pivot move. All right, Twar, never mind. No choice band set. You need a pivot move for those. But yeah, I think it's cool. I wish it was a little bulkier. Like, max attack, max speed is cool, but maybe even then, I wonder what the damage calcs look like if you gave it a Focus Sash instead of a Life Orb. I don't know. That might be something to play around with. But it's a cool Pokemon. Registeel is nice. Obviously Zombies is better, but if you don't want to take up your restricted slot, I think it's perfectly good with Clear Body to stop Intimidates that like Zamazenta can hit, and Terra Water. Yeah, I think it's nice. I like Registeel. I definitely think it has some usages still, and it's super slow, so it can help in Trick Room. Salamence, listen, Mence, you're such a cool Pokemon. Gen 3 is my favorite generation of all time, but you ain't the move. I am so sorry. If we could have the speed without needing the Choice Scarf so I can freely Tailwind without then having to immediately switch out afterwards, I think maybe we would have a little bit more viability. And maybe with I think the Terra Flying is really cool, so you can get that extra damage, but all of a sudden, some of the biggest mons in the meta right now just hit it so hard. Cali Ice, 4 times effective. Cali Shadow usually runs Draining Kiss, 2 times effective. I mean, you've got Lunala, usually has Moonblast. It answers Groudon well. Does answer Groudon well. It does answer Koraidon well, because Koraidon normally doesn't run a Dragon move. So there's a lot of opportunity. But this is a really fun team. So if you're just looking to use something a little spicy, a little good to go, absolutely give this team a go. I think I've said it in the video already, but make sure to play with it a little bit beforehand. It does take a little bit of time to get used to piloting, but once you get it going, I lost like 3 games in a row because I just okay, I'm just going to record this now. Let's pick up this video. Let's go. And then I kind of I figured it out after that, and I won 5 matches in a row, not including the DC you saw earlier. So absolutely, such a good team. Once you get it down pat. It's a lot of fun. So I hope everybody has a good night. And remember, as Twan says, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm growing up subscribers pretty quickly. Just a few days ago, I just hit the 50 mark. I'm already at like 66 at the time of recording this, maybe 67. Y'all are doing great. I would love to see even more people come and join the big ol' fam. Tiny fam right now, but hopefully one day big ol' fam. So y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for watching, and let's enjoy our weekends. All right, peace.